I called, but there was no answer.
Mason and I took Samantha to the beach for the day.
Oh.
Something wrong? Oh, I thought that was you. Aren't you supposed to be barbecuing chicken?
Samantha was kind of tired, so we decided to do it later.
Who decided?
What?
Don't tell me Julia actually kicked you out, because if she did, I've really underestimated my sister, and I will gladly beg her forgiveness.
Augusta, it's been kind of a nice afternoon. Don't spoil it, huh?
Oh, but it's so romantic here by the water. The moon will be up soon, before you know it, and there will be you and I all alone. Oh, I forgot. You're not interested. You're only in the mood for love when it can buy you something, like a reprieve in the case against your father's oil company.
You think that's why I come to visit my daughter?
No, I think you go over to visit Julia because that's who you want to see. Samantha is just being used.
Well, if that's true, why doesn't Julia believe that?
Because Julia can walk and talk and go to work and take care of her child, but inside, she's utterly dazed and limping because of the havoc you wreaked on her. She's not fair game, Mason. But then that's what you like, isn't it? It's always easier to kick them when they're down.
Augusta dropped it by. She said it was on your desk. Did you know it was there?
Please forgive me.
It's all right. You don't have to apologize, but I would like to understand.
How can you if I don't? This is one of the worst things I've ever done. I lied to you when you asked me where it was.
Do you know why you did that?
When I thought I was going to give it back to you, I really was. It's just that having it here made me feel so safe. I didn't want to give it back.
That's all right.
I don't want you to think that I kept it because of some misplaced hope. Because I know that this can never happen again, nor should it. Which is the reason why I wanted to keep it as a token. I want to remember it.
So do I.
You don't have to say that. I know you thought it was a mistake.
No, I don't want you to ever think that I wish that night didn't happen.
You have your regrets.
Only because I wish I knew myself better. I wish that I had known what future I was capable of committing myself to and what I wasn't, because I think that would have saved us both all of the pain. And what we shared that night was, apart from what it taught me, has its own life, and I will treasure it all. Please, will you keep it?
I can't. It's yours.
It belongs to both of us, just like that night.
I can't believe it.
I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without your persistence.
The whole time I knew that these men were victims. But now this proves that C.C. knew about the toxic dangers on those oil rigs. He knew and he didn't do a damn thing about it. My father could
I know how difficult this is for you, Scott, and for the other families involved.
No. We're going to get through it just fine, now that there's a chance of some justice. What happens next?
We set a court date.
I'm sure Capo's lawyers are going to try and push this for as long as possible.
I don't intend to let that happen. I have a friend at the courthouse who owes me a big favor.
He's got friends, too.
Not this one. Don't worry, you'll be in court soon.
Good. A day in court. That's all any of us are asking for.
What are you doing?
Ah, this is wonderful. C.C. Capo is finally going to get everything he so rightly deserves after all these years.
This probably doesn't mean anything to you, but these are confidential papers.
Well, your briefcase wasn't locked. You don't think that I would jeopardize your chance to hang Cece by his thumbs, do you?
We're not having a party here. I am filing a case against one of the most important men in Santa Barbara.
Don't flatter the man. He deserves everything you're going to see that he gets. And with all this evidence, there's no way you can lose the case.
I'm not talking about winning or losing.
Well, then I don't know what you're going on about.
If I file this case, I will be confronting everything that C.C. Capwell stands for. Mason will be representing him. If he screws up, C.C. won't forgive him.
Ah! Then it's better than I thought. Do we have any champagne?
Do you think maybe you're being just a little too frivolous about
Oh,
other people's
stop
lives?
being so concerned. We're talking about two men who would step on anyone who dared get in their way. I mean, you have it in black and white. You know the depths to which Cece would stoop. And as for Mason, the way he's treated you, he should have any agony that befalls him.
What happened between Mason and me has nothing to do with this case.
Okay, fine. Then it's retribution after all the disgusting things Mason has done all these years.
Disgusting or not, he happens to be Samantha's father.
Now, that's the fact I wouldn't think you'd want to be reminded
That
of.
is a fact that I can't deny.
I don't see what it has to do with this.
Don't you see? If I file this case, there is no turning back. It will sever every tie I have with Mason forever. And that is something that I cannot, nor will not, take lightly.
Samantha's father does not change what you have to do. Julia, what has happened to your anger? I thought you were dead set on nailing Cece for what he did.
I just want to make sure that I'm checking every angle before I go through with this, that's all.
Cece has to go to jail. That's what's right. Now, those papers are going to put him there. Did you make copies?
No, because I came straight off the plane.
Well, I suggest you hide them then, because you know Cece and Mason will do anything to protect Cece's
you know what I
fortune.
wish?
What?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. What? Nothing.
Hi, Julia. I'm sorry to just drop in like this.
Lady Macbeth. Come in, please.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Cynthia.
Hello, Augusta. I know there's something I should be doing. Don't forget what I said.
Have you heard anything about Adriana?
No, we haven't heard anything. Everyone's doing everything they can, but there's absolutely no word.
I'm sorry. Did you come over here because Mason and Cece sent you?
No, I didn't, Julia. They don't even know I'm here. And I'm not quite sure why I'm here myself. I'm very confused. I can't get a straight answer from Cece about all this, and I thought maybe you could give me one.
I'm sorry. The only thing that I can tell you is that it doesn't look good, and I can't tell you any more than that because that would be violating my obligation as district attorney.
Well, all right, I understand that. And there's no way in the world I can justify in my mind what happened to the oil workers. I think it's absolutely appalling, but I have to tell you this. This case against Cece is coming at the worst time. He is devastated about Adriana's kidnapping.
I know that, and I'm sorry. I have a professional and a moral responsibility, not just as DA, but to the families of those men that died.
I understand that. It's ironic, isn't it? How much Mason and Cece has hurt you and me, and they're both so mysterious to understand.
This is terribly difficult for you.
It wouldn't be so difficult if I didn't love him so much.
But see, Cece is guilty. And all the love in the world isn't going to change that. I know from experience.
Maybe I shouldn't have come over here.
I'm really sorry I couldn't help you.
It's all right. I understand. You'll do what you have to do.